Pioneer Petroleums was started in 1956 by my father, Murray Hogarth. He worked for British American Oil in Windsor, Ontario as a rep, and one of the accounts he called on was was Beaver Oil, owned by the Plum family. They had a young man, my dad was 25, 26, Don Plum, who my dad ended up hanging out with. They would go across to Detroit in the 50s, see all the new service station concepts that were being started in design and so on with the cars and the service stations. And they were employing those new design features at Beaver Oil. My father thought, you know what, these guys are doing a great job. I could probably do something like this on my own. He looked around for a market to start his own business in and thought Hamilton would be a good market. It was still growing, big enough to expand into without being too small, but not so big as Toronto that you'd be squeezed out by competition. So he found a property on Upper James in Hamilton at Mohawk and started November 29th, 9 p.m., borrowed money from his parents, from his brother, got the business going. He also had ran a band in university that he made money on, and he was the leader of the band, so he had his own money as well. So I think he started with about $30,000 if I'm not mistaken, and got his first site up and going, and that site's never been closed ever since. It's still there, and it's still station number 1. And here we are, almost more than 60 years later. My father passed away 4 years ago in 2014, but the family was at that time, with my dad's knowledge, working on the sale of the business to a company called Parkland out of Energy out of Calgary, Alberta, actually Red Deer, Alberta. Their head offices are in Calgary. And the business has transitioned to a public energy company in Canada. They kept all of our people, about 100 people at the head office in Burlington, and it's doing very well. Parkland has gone on to acquire many other oil and gas companies, not just in retail, but in bulk fuels, home heating, tank farms, rail, even refining. And they are about 5 to 6 times the size of what we were when the deal was done in 2004. So they've done an awesome job on building that business, and we still have an interest. Our family holding company, Pioneer Group, has still an interest in that.